Kids who were growing up in Houston when there were rumors about a Pimp C tape knew exactly who it involved. And yes, the whispers were all about one person. Drum roll, please. The one and only Beyoncé, allegedly.
Then this Pimp C tape.
All I can tell you, there was a famous R&B chick. There was a guy that was getting money at the time. And, you know, Pimp, he used to be in the studio. And every now and then he'd have a camcorder, so he was able to get some footage. And he wanted to do something with the footage, but I don't know why he didn't do nothing with it, but if I could have got a hold of that tape, I'd be a millionaire, man. I was, boy, hey, whoever it was, they had to kill me, man. I know TMZ would have paid a bank for that one, man. But yeah, it is a tape, and if you read the comments, a lot of people figured out. A lot of people figured out because, you know, people that was in Houston at the time, they know who was a little...
That's not even the most shocking part. According to some of the rumors going around, Beyoncé's name might come up significantly during Diddy's trial. Prosecutors are expected to reveal everything, from her alleged involvement in certain private gatherings, to what she may know about Cassie's situation, to information about individuals reportedly being moved across borders, and even what role Jay-Z may have played in covering things up.
Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough? You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster.
From what I've heard, Beyoncé's bold and controversial past might also come to light in a big way.
Trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyoncé's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyoncé to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls.
People have been saying it's hard to believe that Beyoncé and Jay-Z could have been close friends with Diddy for over 2 decades, working together on business ventures, attending his parties, vacationing together, knowing his family and children, without having any awareness of the controversial activities he's now facing trial for. So naturally, it wouldn't be a shock if both Jay-Z and Beyoncé are eventually called to testify. While the prosecution may focus mainly on the relationship between Diddy and the Carters, we've seen how these high-profile trials unfold. Often, they dig up other connections or past events that seem unrelated, just to build a broader case. In Beyoncé's situation, what's being whispered is that prosecutors may attempt to portray her as having been involved in questionable circumstances in her earlier years, including speculation about how young she was when she began dating Jay-Z, and her possible presence at events similar to those now being scrutinized. That's where the old rumors involving Pimp C allegedly come into play. To give a bit of background, Pimp C, one half of the rap duo UGK alongside Bun B, signed with Jive Records in 1992. The group dropped their major label debut, Too Hard to Swallow, followed by Super Tight in 1994 and Ridin' Dirty in 1996, both of which charted on the Billboard 200. UGK gained national attention in 2000 when they were featured on Jay-Z's hit Big Pimpin', which peaked at number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topped the Rhythmic Top 40 chart. After taking a break in the early 2000s, both members pursued solo careers. Tragically, on December 4, 2007, Jay-Z's birthday, Pimp C was found deceased in his hotel room in West Hollywood. The coroner's report cited a combination of heavy lean consumption and a pre-existing sleep apnea condition as the cause of death. However, some artists close to Pimp C have raised questions over the years. According to DJ Paul of 3-6 Mafia, Pimp C's manager said he was found kneeling as if in prayer with blood present, details that raised concerns. Too Short also publicly expressed skepticism, stating in interviews that he still hasn't come to terms with the official explanation and feels there's something off about the circumstances. He even pointed out a pattern of celebrities being found alone in hotel rooms, making it all feel eerily familiar.
It's like, I heard some shit about he has clothes on or something, I don't know, like, I don't really know if all this is true, but I just heard parts like, I'm like, what happened to my guy?
Right.
And then they come out with the official, it was a mixture of some stuff, prescription and something else or something that I don't really know. But me, I never really heard something that would give that closure for me. I never really heard anything tangible or true, like what happened.
Now, let's get into the whole situation between Pimp C and Beyoncé, because honestly, this rabbit hole runs deep. There have been all kinds of rumors over the years, including some wild allegations that Jay-Z may have had something to do with Pimp C's untimely death due to his supposed connection with Beyoncé. But even before those claims surfaced, there was already tension between Pimp C and Jay-Z. The only thing that's often mentioned is that Pimp C was never particularly fond of Jay-Z. In an episode of The Art of Dialogue, record executive Greg Taylor shared a story that hinted at this. He recalled an awkward moment during a phone call involving Jay-Z and Pimp C, shortly after the collaboration for Big Pimpin' was arranged. According to Taylor, Jay-Z called Pimp C with the news, but the call was on speakerphone, and Pimp C made it clear he wasn't impressed, reportedly throwing some shade Jay-Z's way during the conversation.
We go meet with Dame Dad. So we go, after I leave job, we go to Rock, to the Rock. As soon as I sit down there, Dame Dash opened up his checkbook, cut a check for $1 million. I'm like, whoa. He like, I was like, is this for sure? He was like, no. He said, we want to use your cake. I was like, what? He's like, we want to put your board. That's right. So I immediately picked up the phone and called Pimp C. Because all I was trying to get was $100,000. When Dame cut that $1 million, I called Pimp on the phone like, yo, Pimp, and Heavy Jamal was in the house. And I could hear a tussle and some type of confrontation, right? And I'm like, calm down, bro. Y'all calm down, Pimp.
I ran up the cable bill.
It was fighting. Okay, they was fighting like hard. And I'm like, Pimp, stop whatever you doing right now. I told you what's going down with Jamal when you moved him up in there. I said, but right now, I got $1 million check for you. Oh, we want $100,000. I was just like, who's that with? I said, with Rockefeller. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. He was like, I'm watching Dan with the checkbook, he writing out. He was like, ain't that with, over there with Jay-Z? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, tell him to take that check and go give it to Tupac Mama, man. He's gonna be stealing all my shit. I was like, what?
It's worth noting that Pimp C once turned down a $1 million offer from Jay-Z's label. He believed the deal wasn't in his best interest and even suggested they give the money to Tupac's mother instead. That comment raises an interesting question. What was the connection between Jay-Z and Tupac? And why would Pimp say something like that? Well, here's the thing. Pimp C was known for being outspoken. He didn't play by the industry's unspoken rules, and he wasn't afraid to call people out, whether it was Diddy, Jay-Z, or anyone else. And as many know, the entertainment world doesn't always take kindly to those who speak too freely. On top of that, there were long-standing rumors about a possible connection between Pimp C and Beyoncé, which only added fuel to the fire. Some say that this alleged relationship, along with Pimp C's fearless honesty, may have made him a target. One story that often comes up involves Bun B recalling a moment in the studio. According to him, Beyoncé was there working, and Pimp C happened to be in the session too. At some point, Jay-Z called to check who was in the room. When he heard Beyoncé was dressed in a bold outfit, he reportedly asked that all the men, especially Pimp C, leave the studio.
He's like, wait a minute, how many dudes are there? And so she's like, oh, it's about 9 or 10 guys, I guess, over there. Where are they now? They're in here, they're in the soundstage, they're kind of watching, watching her film. What is she wearing? They describe the outfit, he's like, yo, clear the room.
Wow.
So they immediately come over to us, and they kick all of us out, send us up to our dressing rooms, and we're told to stay there until we have to shoot.
Okay.
We're not allowed to watch Beyoncé dance anymore.
Actually, when Bun B spoke about his experiences around Beyoncé, he also mentioned a moment when Beyoncé's father, Matthew Knowles, stepped in and had a conversation with Pimp C, reportedly advising him to keep things professional and not pursue any kind of personal relationship with her.
Matthew Knowles comes in and he asks, Pimp, can I talk to you for a minute? And so they leave out for a couple of minutes and Pimp comes in and he's dying laughing. We're like, what's wrong? He's like, yo, Matthew Knowles just told me don't f*** daughter, man. Please don't. Please. By
So word on the street is that if Beyoncé ends up taking the stand, this could just be one of many things from her past that might come to light. She's already been mentioned several times in connection to this ongoing case. In fact, there are claims that Cassie initially implicated both Jay-Z and Beyoncé in her original lawsuit against Diddy. Allegedly, Cassie's lawsuit was originally around 60 pages long but was later trimmed down to about 35 pages. Some sources suggest that the removed portions included more detailed mentions of Jay-Z and Beyoncé. One claim is that the two were present during an alleged incident at one of Diddy's parties where Cassie was reportedly harmed. According to those rumors, after witnessing what happened, Cassie ran upstairs to lock herself in a room to calm down. It's said that when she eventually came back downstairs, Beyoncé and actress Jessica Alba were waiting for her in the foyer to check on her. Cassie allegedly claimed Beyoncé was visibly upset, and when Diddy and Jay-Z approached, Beyoncé confronted Diddy, calling his behavior completely unacceptable. According to this account, Diddy then got on his knees and apologized to Cassie, Beyoncé, and Jessica Alba. Beyoncé was also reportedly angry with Jay-Z, questioning why he was supporting Diddy instead of holding him accountable, even saying she was beginning to lose respect for him. Reportedly, after that confrontation, Beyoncé, Cassie, Jessica, and around 20 to 25 others decided to leave the party, some due to what they had witnessed or heard. It's claimed that Cassie left with Jessica Alba and her group instead of Beyoncé, fearing that Diddy might try to track her down due to his close ties with Jay-Z. On top of that, it's worth noting that singer Jaguar Wright has also made controversial claims in the past about Beyoncé and Jay-Z, accusing them of disturbing behavior, including transporting people without consent. These allegations haven't been proven, but they've added to the swirl of rumors surrounding the couple in connection to Diddy's ongoing legal troubles.
Potentially, do you think there could be?
Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Porter?
people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. And everyone knows it. The wiretapping of the phones, putting air tag on children during visits. These are normal practices of these people.
Isn't this exactly the kind of behavior Diddy is currently being accused of? On top of that, there have been long-standing rumors suggesting that Beyoncé may have participated in some of the private events he hosted. Like I mentioned earlier, there seem to be quite a few alleged connections between Diddy and the Carters. But the bigger question some people keep asking is, could Jay-Z have had any involvement in what happened to Pimp C? There's no concrete evidence, but the rumors surrounding his death have never completely faded. And now, with Diddy's legal situation unraveling, all of this could very well resurface. If one domino falls, it could trigger a chain reaction. It's hard to imagine that Beyoncé and Jay-Z could completely avoid their own past being brought up if they end up taking the stand. But what do you think?